Good evening and welcome to the World Mixed Doubles Curling Championship here from Dumfries, Scotland. We are here at the Ice Bowl for this year's championships. So our feature game this evening is between Spain and Norway. They both get their campaign underway. It's being played in Group D of the competition. So you see Group D already. A few games being played. China, France and the USA all starting off with a win. And then we see Germany, Ireland and New Zealand with one defeat. Some of the sections do have 9 teams in. As we take a look at Spain, Aranzu Garcia and Sergio Vez. So Team Norway, Christine Skalskin and Marcus Negrodden. So the rules of play, World Mixed Doubles is 2 players, 1 male and 1 female. 6 stones per team, but they actually only play 5. There is 1 stone predetermined before the end gets underway. 46 minutes per team. 8 ends with a minimum of 6. And should you play the first stone, you need to play the 5th stone on the end also. And the really important one there is no takeouts until the 4 stones of each end.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to draw.
So commentators is myself, Kenny Edwards, and I'm joined by Sarah Carlson.
On sheet A, could you welcome Hungary and Denmark?
And teams just getting announced as we see there the stone colours. Spain will be playing red, Norway playing the yellow, and Norway just needing to draw the house to pick up the last stone advantage in the first end.
Yeah, it works exactly like a regular curling game where you get hammer in the first end if you have a better last stone draw. There was a debate in mixed doubles a while ago whether you wanted hammer or whether you wanted the pre-positioned stone back of the button, but as the game's gotten more and more familiar to the players in all the different countries, everyone now electing the hammer, which is a wise choice.
Yeah, before the games are getting underway, we just have a small presentation to the teams. Just welcome them to the championships.
And the coach, Ole Ingvaldsen, Team Norway.
Games will start in 1 minute. You may cool your sliders.
So, team's about to get underway. Stone's already pre-positioned.
Hello, ¿quieres ir?
Yeah, you can see Norway with hammer. They will start with 1 stone just back of the T line, and Spain will have a center guard, which means the first shot is always come around freeze.
Yeah, for sure, Sarah. You want to get right in on top of that yellow, directly in line.
Yeah, put some pressure on straight away if you make that first one really good. But you'd rather miss it just a bit short than being heavy, because then you come way too deep and you just leave the opposition to have control of the front of the rings. Here is Iranzo Garcia with the first stone of the game.
No línea. No línea, no. Nada. Nada. No. Vale, muy buena fuerza.
Yeah, that one just didn't curl enough and leaves a nice pocket now.
Yeah, Christine Skoslien can have a nice start here if she gets a good draw in.
Bra linje. Veldig bra linje. Kan vente litt. Bra, vi. Japp. Hvis det er 7 kan vi kjøre. Japp. Oh.
So just looking for this one, top of the forefoot probably.
Yeah, she was calling it T-line. It's a bit heavier, but gets a nice little roll there to sit to, and also behind the guard. But because they're so well close together and on the T-line, if Spain gets a good freeze and then maybe a tap, there's not a lot of room for Norway to score maybe more than one.
This one from Sergio Vez is looking pretty high. Comes right down onto the face of the red. It's a little heavy maybe.
Yeah, that's not going to do them a lot of good, because it just means that Norway can keep controlling the path down the centre line and behind the guard.
Fem, seks.
Important for Magnus to keep this in front of the T-line. Top 8 foot sure is a good spot.
Yeah, it's okay there.
Remember, takeouts in mixed doubles, they are allowed now, but only with the 4th stone of the end being played, which normally means we see different sort of tactics, because it's more difficult to play defensively. Sergio Vez is going to play a freeze here. Taps it back. Sits for a third shot, but not a great result. And Spain hasn't really been able to get the amount of curl that they need there. If Magnus can roll in off of this, they will be sitting 4, and a lot of them will be buried.
Samme fart omtrent. Backline. 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 Litt løsere enn backline. Backline.
Yeah, just didn't quite get on the inside of that one, Sarah. So
Still sitting really good though.
Yeah, a lot of stones in play.
Den er litt hard med egentlig, men jeg tror farta er grei. Bak 12 omtrent.
Possible triple here, but
Pero sale, ¿no?
yellow that's just sticking out to the right will probably just jam into the red maybe.
Yeah, it looks like it, but if he makes this, then they could maybe get a good freeze in the 4 foot later. Sergio Vez from last year's mixed doubles is he was really, really accurate with the upweight. Not as much so with that one though.
Yeah, fairly poor attempt.
Yeah, Norway still sitting
Det
3.
er vanskelig for dem å komme der og dytte ut nå, for det køler ganske lite. Jeg tror garden der kanskje er grei.
Gonna guard the tap,
Ja. Litt mindre is, takk.
leaving Spain to maybe draw just to cut them down to 2.
To. 2,5.
Bare fart.
To.
Retninga fin.
Under linja.
Gjerne kjøre
Yeah, this is Norway's second appearance at the World Mixed Doubles with this team.
Yeah, they made it to semi-finals last year.
Rett.
And they are both good curlers, both with experience in World Juniors, and Christine's been a couple of Europeans and Worlds.
Hørte de sa det var dyre?
Magnus has 2 bronze medals from juniors. So yeah, the guard is up, and now Iranzo Garcia just need to play the draw on the outturn side to freeze and just hope that they cut down Norway to 2. But the entire end has been played on the intern side, so
Sit.
question is, does she have the right weight for this? It's looking very good for line. They can get it all the way down there.
Whoa.
And she's done a really good job.
Yeah, lined them up perfectly.
Could they play the in-off of the red, touch the yellow, and score 3?
Possibly.
Pero por ahí sí cae. Ah, estás cuando ibas abierta. Sí, pues estás ibas abierta y de repente has corregido. Y bueno.
Yeah, there is a big shot for a handful, but I think it's a little bit too risky.
Just if they hit this red and they just touch their own yellow, they could score 3 here.
Ja. Hard. Oh.
Oh,
This one just running a little bit straight, I think. And it will only be a score of 2 to Norway, so a chance.
yeah, good job by that last draw to cut them down to only 2, actually. Quite a good end by Norway. Had a really good setup.
Ja, du måtte inn på knappen da. Du hadde der liksom. Ikke mye. Nei, det så bra ut. Mye is.
Just talking it through that shot, and we are getting ready for the second end. So, this is curling for you. The players are putting up the stones.
Yeah, that umpire's getting the scoreboard, which I think he probably should have just
Vil du spille innan?
done after the.
Oh, team seems happy.
Yeah, I think it's certainly quicker for the game to progress. Both teams agree. The umpire probably only should be used if there's a bit of a conflict.
Yeah, and they've all done this so many times, they know where the stones go.
Bra satt. Linja er bra, vi må vente litt.
Ja.
Hvordan er farta?
7.
Vær med.
Jeg bremser nå.
Linja er bra, kan gå hvis du må.
Nei, det er nok fart.
Kan gå hvis du må. Linja er helt strøken. Helt nedpå. Kjør, kjør, kjør.
Looking like Christine's gonna have this first freeze absolutely locked on. That's a beautiful shot.
Bremser litt på siden.
Ja, bra spill. Hvis jeg skal spille her, så må jeg ha cirka en stein mindre is.
Ja.
Ja.
Fuerza un pelín más de ti. No, ti. Un poco más.
No, no, está afuera.
Ti.
Está afuera.
Ti.
Spain having a bit of trouble in the first end with their draws being a bit heavy, and this one is as well. Just slip into the back of the tee line, where it's just no danger for Norway at all. As long as you have your stones in front of the tee line, then you're in control.
Topp 8 er også greit hvis det skulle bli det, altså.
I don't think they really do need to tap this.
No, I think you just want to be right in on top of the 8 foot.
Lang om noe.
God plass, foreløpig.
Sett seg
Vær
nå.
i fart.
6.
Vær i fart. Gjerne felle. Ja, dra forbi da.
Nei. Nå er aldri forbi.
So not really getting the angle here. Needed that to curl at least a stone more, or
Mindre is da.
be a bit shorter.
Mye mindre.
Sergio Vess can now use that yellow stone to get some separation on both the yellow and keep 3 red ones lying around.
I don't think they need to play too much weight at this, though.
No, I don't think they are.
Nå.
But also hanging
Yeah,
right. He needed to get at least to nose with that.
Pues me da menos hielo.
Yeah, just I think just played a little bit too much weight, really, Sarah. And
Nei, vi må gå samme vei. Eventuelt vi tapper litt på den vi var på nå.
just
Jeg
slipped
føler
past
ikke
everything.
greit å komme inn på her.
Wasted shot. And with only having 6 stones each in play,
Yeah, you can't really afford to just put one through the rings.
Martha. Ja, ta.
7, 6, 7.
Vær i fart. Vær i fart.
Og linja. 6,
Vær i fart.
6.
Vær i fart. Gjerne kjøle.
6,5.
Gjerne kjøle.
Liten tapp på innsida helst.
Ja, du må kjøle.
And Norway locks another one on there. And I do believe they are
Nå
shot
får
stone.
vi ikke den dobbelen der.
yeah, Spain in a bit of trouble now.
I think they're just going to need to try and clear this up and make sure that they can score one. There's no real point in going for more.
Que porque
They just need to try and get out of trouble.
Aquí.
And it might take them a couple of stones to do that as well.
¿Y por este lado?
Ya, pero es que como la empujas un poco ya es amarilla, no es roja. Por eso te digo, o sea, aquí no hay posibilidades de que... En caso de que ellos vengan por aquí, siempre tenemos esta de aquí para apoyarnos.
Vale. ¿Cuánto tiro?
3-7, la de ella esta ha sido 3-7.
¿Esa 3-7?
La de ella sí.
Entonces 3-8.
So they're looking to come around on the in turn, just a corner freeze.
Yeah. I think that will be giving up a steal of 1. It's looking really tough for them right now, though. Tricky in-turn draw for Sergio Vez. Doesn't have a lot of room to stop with this.
Yeah, this one needs work done on it. And looking a little short. Yep, just guards that in-turn now.
Ja. Nå går jeg bare litt hardere enn I stad.
Now an opportunity to get that red one moved off the button. And, the yellows will be well guarded and in good angles as well. Big chance for Norway to put real pressure on Spain here with Magnus Nedregotten.
Så mulighet, så? Nei, helst ikke.
Yeah, has moved things a little bit.
Question is there a way in now for Spain?
Yeah, I think there maybe is. Just play a round the world shot.
Yeah.
Hit the yellow on the left.
The yellow and the yellow and the yellow.
Yes.
Yeah.
¿Dónde hay que darle?
Aquí.
Vale.
So,
Sit.
Sergio Vez
Sit.
shouting for a
Fuerte.
little bit of sweeping.
Fuerte.
Yeah, and just doesn't do enough.
So yeah. I thought Magnus was saying 1 yellow, and I was thinking the end isn't over yet, but he was just showing Christine that they were shot, I believe.
So there's a couple of guards in play that we just can't see at the moment.
Garden. Garden har greit for meg.
So there you see the guards. So I think they're probably just going to throw another guard just on the out turn here, maybe just to block the tap up on that red stone that's sticking out a little bit.
Yeah, makes sense. They're 2 points up too, and this is a great chance to steal one. It's really difficult to see how Spain is going to score.
Daft satt. Stå og se rett i det. Den er mer enn lang nok.
So interesting, both players out there sweeping this one. Now Magnus taking over.
Her da.
Still pointing on the tap. Do you think it's there? Don't really think they can see any of the red, so they would need to get quite close to the yellow. And just with T-line weight, that is a tricky shot.
No, no, digo entrando.
Ah, sí, es que no te
Que
queda
la
otra.
buena sería hacer eso.
Ya, pero no, como mucho meterlo un poco. No tienes mucho más,
Es solo una, ¿no?
Sí.
No se ve nada, ¿eh?
Ya,
O sea, está
Ay.
escondida. Pues,
hay que intentarlo.
So they're playing a controlled tap, maybe?
Yeah, they're trying to come really close to the yellow guard, get a little bit of curl past it, and just push the red one into the set to the T-line.
Set, set. Whoa, whoa, whoa. No.
So easy to play this, just a bit too heavy. She can only play pretty much perfect draw weight. Seems like she's got really... she just doesn't have enough.
Yeah, really nice line, but just with the curl on that one there shows that the shot probably wasn't there. So steal of point
No iba a llegar.
to Norway, and after 2, it's Norway 3, Spain 0.
Si llego a ver qué pasa más justo.
Yeah, and there's a couple of other games
Ya, pero que
going
está
on.
bien, no se veía.
Belarus is playing Korea. They are up 3-0. Russia is a 2-1 lead over England. Italy is playing Wales. Second end just finished there. I believe it was Wales to tie the game up at 1 each. And Hungary, reigning world mixed doubles champions, they are playing Denmark. And very soon I'll give you... Yep, it's Denmark with a 2-0 lead. They picked up a steal in the second end. So this time we have 2 umpires positioning the stones. Magnus seem happy with their positions, and Christine, she played a beautiful freeze with her first one in the second end, so just doing the same again.
Yeah, Christine, 69% through the first 2 ends.
It's an okay number. Obviously you don't have your sweepers like you normally do, so it's a bit different. This one's... Well, they played a lot more that side in the first end, so it might just be a bit keener.
fuerza, bien.
Sí, línea. Solo fuerza. ¿Dónde está?
Sí,
No.
sí.
¿Está más de ti?
No. Ahí está, justo. Un poco más, igual no juego.
Yeah. So Spain managing to take control of that forfeit area in this third end. First time we've seen them take control of the head.
Not to be the negative one here, but they are still kind of behind the T-line. There's a big pocket for Magnus if he can lock one on here. And he is 88%, which is amazing for mixed doubles.
Yeah, he really is an amazing guy, an amazing player. And there you see, just grab some debris, and
I think Magnus grabbed some debris as well. He almost fell over.
Ja, 6 rødt nå.
You see this one again. Just takes a quick turn.
So Spain now the chance to get a third one in there, and then they would really take control of the 4-foot area. %50 so far for Sergio Vez. He's been struggling a little bit with too much weight on his draws, and they've not really been able to put the broom in the right position for his takeouts. This one coming up well short. They are still sitting 2 though.
Será al lado, porque por aquí estamos tirando a eso.
Yeah, it's a pretty scrappy end. There's a couple of missed shots from both sides.
Hva det du skal for noe? Ja.
Eller vil du gå her?
Nei.
Du kan jo gå litt fast da.
I think Magnus is maybe thinking of just running this one right back, but
Jeg er ikke vant.
I think the tap's probably the call.
Backline gjennom.
Yeah, he's just going to play the tap.
Yeah, I think he's got quite a good idea of what the ice will do here. It was just a bit unlucky with his previous shot. He could probably just play the same. Or are they playing a bit more weight now, perhaps? Try and move the yellows back a bit. No, the red ones, of course.
And has he done enough to get past? He's got past the top one.
And he's done a good job.
Yeah,
Is it
great
even
shot.
enough for shot stone?
Yeah, it's left a nice pocket as well.
Jeg så på meg, ser den ikke fra. Jeg tror det.
So there you see, he said that was good, so he's happy.
Escucha una cosa, ¿y esto?
Que se ve muy poco.
Pero si no te comes la guardia, vas a ir
So
a la
what
guardia
did
igualmente.
this Spain do in this situation, Sarah?
I think they're looking at opening things up, which is not a bad call if you're in trouble. You don't have a lot of chances to clear it up, so rather than getting themselves into more of a mess with playing a draw, they're just going to try and give themselves a way in. But they need to get contact with more than one stone though.
Ja, men du vil nå rime med her da. Jeg synes egentlig vi skal prøve å dra...
Hvis vi bare går ned dit da. Men da kommer de kanskje med frysen her, så den
Ja,
er
men det er
jævlig vanskelig den
vanskelig å
siden
dra
der. Men vi kan jo nesten ikke belage oss på det.
Den muligheten kan han få, synes jeg.
Ja, hvis de gjør den da, så garder vi opp der, eller?
Ja.
Og gi dem et.
Vil du legge den i en gard, eller vil du vil ned hit? Alternativet er å stoppe der, da. Det er jo ikke noe dårlig alternativ.
Garde?
Ja. Her da.
Yeah, so Marcus selecting to throw a guard.
It's quite often a good thing if your opponents really want the guards gone to just put them back. Because, well, Spain could come around the wide out-turn draw, but it's not the easiest shot, and it's still for one. Norway with a 3-point lead. I think they feel quite comfortable. Well, then again, there's not a lot that Spain could do on the left-hand side, so Magnus could have done the out-turn draw himself.
For lang nok. 3.
Bra, Granit.
Nei, den er bare 3.
Ja. Wow. Linja er grei. Bare over. Bare over.
Okay.
Yeah, that one's probably going to overcurl a little. Would have liked that one a little closer to the rings, maybe just a couple of feet shorter. A couple of feet short, sorry. It's probably still enough to come around in the out turn.
O la del medio adentro. Lo que quieras.
The good thing about this format is there's not a lot of time to tidy the guards off in the end. There's not 16 stones.
No. No, so since they are electing the double peel, they really need to get rid of both the yellow now.
Yeah, it does
they
make
will
the
do.
nice double peel.
Make Christine play something different.
Hvordan skal jeg få ut det? Å få mer enn å få poeng i hele tatt. Jeg får ikke det.
Yeah, it's wide open now, but you're probably going to lose your own reds at the back of the forefoot should you play the double on the yellows. So I think probably the guard once again would be the shot. Don't go right in there. You might set up a triple, moving things around.
Exactly. If you draw in there, if you end up in the right spot, you might just be given Spain an out.
Ja, det da. Eller jeg liker jo ikke.
Har han ikke enklere...
Ja, det. Gjør garden da.
Yeah, they were actually contemplating playing the double on the reds, which isn't a bad call, but with no sweepers, you've got to be pretty accurate.
Yeah, they are going to play the guard, and it's with that red guard in play. It's not going to be an easy draw for one. So again, putting the pressure on Garcia with making this guard.
Bra linje. Bra igjen.
3.
3.
Ja.
Hold rent da, hvis den er 3.
Det er fort 4.
Oh.
3, 4.
Helt vekk hvis det er 4. La den dø. Bra igjen.
4, 5.
Ja, ja, ja på linje. Meld.
And have they locked it in for another one?
Yes.
And they've found a spot where they don't want to be.
It's just not great communication. Or Christine didn't really read the weight right in that one.
Hay que darle aquí. Por este, por fuera. ¿Sales?
No. No barras, da igual, pero... Ándale.
Yeah, so
How many could Spain score here?
I think Spain could score 3. They only need to move them to the 8 foot. They don't have to move them out of play a lot. This is where a lot of people try and play the big weight and move everything out of the scoring area. They just need to move them about a foot out of that 4 foot area to score their 3.
Yes, so much more important playing the weight that you can handle.
So this one curling
Swinging
hard.
big.
And there you go.
But I don't really think he needs to sweep that one, but it's a nice score of 2.
Yeah, it was a nice score of 2.
¿A dónde ha salido?
No sé. Es el primer take out que tiro así.
No, está bien, pues. La has arreglado con...
So on the score now, Norway 3, Spain 2.
Muy buena idea.
You see Marcus just delivering this tap back. And I'll just give you an update before end 4 gets underway. It's looking pretty tight out there in the arena on sheet B. Italy and Wales tied at 1-1. Also tied are England and Russia at 2-2.
Fuerza es buena.
And Bulgaria, they trail Korea 4-3. While over on sheet A, Denmark are leading 3-0 over Hungary.
And
Igual 3-6.
Spain did not really execute that first freeze, which we've seen so many times. It's just a really big opportunity for the team with hammer. I'd really like them to see them put this in the top 8 foot rather than coming down and freezing on top of the yellow, because it's just not going to leave them a lot of room.
Bare fart. Er din. Kjør hvis det er 4. Skal jeg hjelpe deg? Ja. Jeg går nærmest. Nå.
In a nice place.
Yeah, top of the tee was really the key for that shot.
Skal jeg slå opp min først da? Ja.
Vale. Tip, 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 tip. No línea, no puerta. Oh, sí línea. Sí línea.
So this one from
Whoa.
Sergio Vez looking pretty nice.
It's looking really good. He seems to have found his draw weight.
Como por lo menos he tirado buena fuerza, porque ya era hora más. Una empanada mental llevo, joder. Pues tenía esa que iba fuera. Pero hack,
Altså, jeg får det kjapt.
Det går an å dra hit da.
Ja, for han kommer seg dit da.
Hæ?
Han hadde jo nettopp en sjanse på det.
So what is Magnus thinking here, Sarah?
Well, Christine was opting for the draw to the button. But I'm not sure I like that call, because it's really hard, and if you don't make it, then you're going to leave Spain a roll or a double. So I think they are tapping a little bit. What do you think, Kenny?
Yeah, I think that's what they're going to do, is come around and just corner freeze the red. And that Sergio and Spain have just played.
Det er bra. 6, 5, 5, 5, 5.
And just by the guard. It's so hard when you only have one sweeper and on this type of ice. So he did tap the red one. And it's now out in the open, so Sergio Vez can tap it as well to make it shot stone.
Yeah, so just
Prepárate. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, no, 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 no. Wow.
trying to
Wow.
probably
Nada.
bump this back a
Wow.
little.
Skip! Sí!
Nice shot. Does get in for shot Stone, but might leave a thin double.
Yeah.
Ya. No, no está, vale, vale. Si no podías, nada.
I think they have, and Marcus can play them for sure. Or Magnus. No, I did it. That'll make you happy, Kenny.
So we've got to catch this one pretty thin, though. I think you're probably going to leave the red that Sergio just played in the 4-foot, maybe. Big backlift delivery there.
So frustrating when you really want sweepers and there's no one there.
And doesn't end up with a great result. Puts everything in line.
Herregud.
Not very happy with that one.
Nope.
Yo creo que el único tienen dos tiros.
There's a lot of yellow there though, but
El tiro que los tiros que tienen que hacer
red
es que la
ones
desplazan y luego con ella nos la quitan.
gonna
Porque
take
por
a
aquí
while
no
to
veo que
move.
tengan nada. Aquí abajo nada.
¿Y no pueden darle a esta de lado y hacer así? Y
Joder.
hacer 5.
No hay hueco apenas.
Ya, pero si la rozas un poco.
I think probably
ya
shots
lo
just
hace.
through a
Ya,
guard.
pero es muy difícil. Yo creo que todavía les quedan otras dos.
I would
Eso me
think so
refiero.
too. Where would you put the guard?
Eso no, yo más corta la dejaría.
I don't think you need to be right
Yo la
in.
dejaría aquí. Porque si hacemos
I think
esto,
probably
ellos
just,
empujan, la mueven primero y con
Covering
la
the
quitan
left-hand side,
y
maybe.
yo la dejaría en 3, ¿no?
Aquí, detrás de la guardia.
Yeah, and about
No, no
where
hace falta que esté detrás de la guardia tampoco. Bueno, con esto un point,
Spain are indicating now.
Sí, ¿no? Es que aquí lo tienen muy difícil para
Bueno,
tocar.
mira desde allí lo que se ve, ¿sabes? Sin señalarla mucho, mira lo que se ve, ¿vale?
Se ve...
Desde allí, desde el hack.
Nada, no se ve. 2 dedos irán.
Ten en cuenta lo que cae aquí, ¿eh?
Yo haría una guardia.
Vale.
Sergio Vez, I think just being asked for a guard.
Va larga.
Doesn't want to be too far up with
No, es
this.
buena.
This one looks as if it's got plenty of weight, Sarah.
Well, judging by the body language of Sergio, I'd say yes. Oh.
I'm not sure if it's still there.
No.
Ostras, que...
Oh.
Litt inn på standen.
You should probably just have swept that to get it past.
Yeah, I think so.
But they both went really quiet, so I think maybe someone should have said where it was to make that decision.
Yeah, I think Magnus will look just to, even if he feathers the top yellow, as long as he passes the guard, it's just in the centre line, should be able to make the double.
Yeah, he's not short on weight.
Yeah, this one isn't hanging around. He's got very tight. Yep.
Oh. And, well, I missed the last one a bit wide, so maybe just didn't want to do the same mistake again.
Tienen para hacer
Ya,
dos,
pero el tiro es este.
The yellows they're not in a bad spot though.
Yeah, I think that's why feathering the top yellow wasn't that
Yeah.
bad a call.
Saben que salgan las dos.
Y una aquí.
Because now they can get to this
Es que
from
ahí
both
lo que tienes que
sides.
guardar es esta. Aquí. aquí.
Yeah, they're always going to have a shot at something.
Aquí, bueno, que aquí tampoco está mal.
Ya,
Pero tampoco quiero que la muevas mucho. Puntúa solo una.
ya, pero aquí, aquí estaría muy mal. Aquí, por si me voy un poco larga, te digo, para ir diciéndote las fuerzas. O
Ahí,
incluso aquí.
ahí no.
Ya, pero si voy un poco larga, ¿cómo sería empujar esta un poco y eso así? O sea, ¿sería tan malo? Bueno, yo te voy diciendo
Probably
las
discussing
fuerzas.
wanting to be right up in the
Espera,
house with
es
this.
que por este
Like
lado
you say, they
está
might
más
be,
lenta,
have a chance
pero
for
no mucho más
two,
lenta,
Norway.
Dame bastante
If they
hielo.
don't.
Aquí, en mitad del
Sí.
12.
Un poco menos.
Suave.
Dos, tres,
No, línea. Línea es buena. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, ¿dónde está?
cuatro,
Nada.
tres, cuatro,
Nada,
tres, dos,
nada,
dos,
nada.
uno, dos.
nada, nada.
This one looking,
nada.
Está cayendo
Sí.
mucho.
it's around front ring weight.
Bien,
No, es muy buena. Muy bonita.
seguro, ¿no?
No, it just
sí,
pulls
la
up a little
tapa.
short.
Solo tiene otro tiro. Muy bueno.
Yeah, now the question is for Christine to make a play on her own yellow.
Yeah, just anywhere really. You should do enough to score the single. So this will be the final stone of the fourth end.
She might have
Curler.
popped it a little bit.
Kjør da.
Yeah, just threw a little bit much weight in it, and already Magnus just indicating it will be a steal of 1 to Spain. So slow start from Spain, but they're back on level terms, and the game is tied at 3 each as they head to the break.
And we will be back shortly before the second half of the game with a recap of the first 4 ends.
First end in the game between Spain and Norway. Norway looking to get on the board, but couldn't make the hit and roll, and it would be a score of 2. Into the second end. Spain facing one. And just come up short with a draw. And Norway take a 3-0 advantage into the third. Norway setting 3. Ratsu Garcia plays the triple. And it would be a steal of 2. Trailing 3-2. Spain putting Norway under some pressure. And Norway failing to capitalise on a couple of mistakes and gave up the single point. So the game all tied after 4 ends.
Yeah, the big difference is that Spain, all of a sudden they got a hang of the draw weight. And of course there was a couple of missed hits in the previous end from the Norwegian side. Female player in the Norwegian team, Kristin Skaslien.
Bra linje. Hva sa du? Japp, japp. Hard! Hard, ta it!
Can't really afford to catch this centre guard.
She will though.
Yeah, not a great start for Norway.
No, if you ever want to catch the guard, you want to catch it with quite a bit of weight and just basically split them out to corner guards. There's no gap in between those two guards, so it's just gonna be trouble all day. And on the other sheets, Hungary were down by 3 points, but they took a huge 4 to get a 4-3 lead over Denmark. It's also a 4-3 lead for Wales against Italy. Russia is 5-2 up on England. And it's 4 each between Belarus and Korea.
¿Puedes parar? ¡Tip! ¡Tip! ¡Tip!
Is he gonna pass the guard? He is just gonna do that and come into the 8 foot. Good line, that's a really nice shot. When you don't have hammer, say it's really good protecting the shot zone that they do have.
Yeah, certainly.
No.
Really controlling that centre line.
Es que me deslizaba un poco en ese
3 reds in line.
2 tredjedeler.
And Norway
En
might
tredjedel.
just need to do the wise thing and get out of trouble here.
Sånn da.
Yeah, they're just going to take the guards off. Magnus Negroden. And spills everything.
It's a really, really great result. Now, there are just those 2 stones left. Spain can keep guarding, but it's really opened it up for Norway. They just need to make sure that they can score.
Y aquí,
And the way that it was looking,
Que como la muevo un poco,
that was going to be tricky.
si hago un pequeño tap, la cago. Yo creo que sí, ¿eh? ¿Misma fuerza? Pelín menos.
So it's the first end we've really seen that's been wide open. Great appeal by Magnus. Has opened things up. And
Línea bien.
Sergio Ved's right on top of the hog line with that one.
Green lights though.
Fuerza.
Buena.
Go. Zip. Zip. Sí. Más.
Trying to get that final bit of curl. It's looking really good though.
Yeah, fully guarded. There you see it.
Magnus wants to come round and tap the red a little bit.
Mindre. Mellomtingen.
Another good option would be to just chip off the front red and roll into the rings. Because if they have 2 stones lying around, Spain might not be comfortable to put another guard up. They might feel the need to get rid of one.
Løs om nå.
En.
Løs om nå.
Ja. Gå.
7. 7.
Gå.
7.
Gå.
Må gå opp.
Ja. Wow. Perfekt.
Gå opp.
Ja. Wow. Wow. Perfekt. Ja. Ja.
Quite close to the red. And he plays a really great one.
Yeah, it doesn't sit short though, Sarah. Red's still sitting 1. That's why he's a little bit disappointed.
Si voy corta no pasa nada.
And it's the yellow one, even though the guard is pretty much in the house, the yellow one's pretty much buried. Spain can double guard this.
Nå var jeg så innenfor da.
Yeah, just probably sit a little bit to the left-hand side of the centre line.
Zip. Go. Wow. Zip. Aquí.
Mira, está bien, tienes 3 pares.
No, I think you want to stop pretty much there.
Aquí vamos.
yeah.
Still think there's enough to come around that. Maybe at back 8 foot battering weight.
Jeg tenkte bare å trykke det.
Husk at vi har bare 2 stein igjen da, så det blir
En er slitt for å åpne.
There's a fair bit of curl on the ice.
Ja, men synes du det er vanskelig?
Yeah, getting rid of the top 2 wouldn't be a bad
Det er nok ikke så lett, nei.
thing though. Should leave Christine something with her last.
Yeah, certainly.
Jeg vet ikke.
Ja.
que pensaba que iba a ir.
Ok.
Pero tenía miedo de cambiar y irme largo.
Du må nesten prøve å trykke den. Du må prøve å trykke den litt, da.
Vi må jo dytte den litt.
Ja.
Egentlig så må du ha shotten. Du kan jo så få en metershot.
Du køler masse den siden i stad. Køler masse på slutten.
Skal vi ta isa? Hva hadde du i stad? Du hadde litt mer i stad.
I think that's what they're going to go for. Just going
Some
to try and
ease.
play the tap. Even if you do catch the top red, you might roll down onto the tee line.
Åtteren køler mer, sant?
Ja.
Change of stones, thinking this one has a bit more curl. And he's going to need some swing for this. It's not a really pretty shot to be looking at from the hack when you know that you need to come up to a stone that you can't see at all.
Ren. Ren.
Kom opp!
Ja. Ja.
Yes, going to have to work this one to get past. I think they've done enough, have they? Just catches it. Probably
But
want
what
to take
you
this deep.
said?
Yep.
Yeah. Don't leave the in off for Spain.
Yeah, a little frustrated, but they do put one right on the tee line, so what can
Fuerza hack. De tal manera que lo controlo,
Spain do? Do they play the draw right down in on top of it, or do they play the in off?
Puede pasar cualquier cosa.
You don't really want to leave the in off for Norway though.
Si vas cerrado y haces esto, la sacas. Y lo bueno si tiras fuerza hack es si veo que va un poco abierto o lo que sea, la intento dejar aquí, la tuya. Yo haría eso.
Pero, o sea, si tiro con fuerza high, ¿qué pasa si voy abierta? ¿Qué pasa si voy cerrada?
Sí.
Esa es la
A ver,
cosa.
si vas cerrada no tienes tanto riesgo porque vas más despacio.
Vale.
Y se puede controlar. Eso sería lo
If you
ideal.
just hit this and roll into
Y
the
si vas
button,
abierta lo puedo controlar
could steal
y
too.
dejarla aquí para que no hagan ellos el tiros. Para que tengan que jugarse eso.
Vale, ¿y cómo? ¿Aquí?
I think what they don't want to do is
No, yo creo que está bien ahí.
hit and roll away
Luego no.
and leave the
Salgo yo entonces.
tap again.
Sí, sí.
no.
So I think they're just playing a controlled takeout in this, just to bump it through and flop in on top of the yellow. So Garcia for Spain.
Oh. Ah. Set.
And, don't think they're going to roll into the inside.
Sácala.
Yeah, just called it safe.
No, no has tirado mal, eh.
So the tap will be there again, this time for Christine.
No, no has tirado bien. En línea era buena, mucho hielo.
Da,
Magnus
Hva
did
tror du?
move
Hva
the
tror
guard
du
a
selv?
little bit.
jeg tror kant 8 der, kanskje?
Ja, fart skal du ha. Minst det her, da.
Yeah, I think if they get past the guard with a couple inches to spare, the shot's there for the three, certainly two.
There's no light.
So just a little bit of a problem with the
No light.
touch-sensitive handles.
So I think the umpire's just going to go and watch the hog line. And the ice makers can deal with the handle between the ends.
Yeah, it's Quite a quick response for an umpire, wasn't it? Okay, no problem. Let's just get on with it.
Yeah, I like that approach, because otherwise these technical timeouts can kind of get the players out of rhythm. So the faster you can find a solution, the better.
Yep. Hold them. Whoa.
Last
Yeah.
stone of the fifth
Whoa.
end.
Whoa.
Looking for a tap. This one needs to be quite close to the red guards.
Yeah, it's got a long way to curl, this one. It just doesn't curl enough.
And Spain with another steal. They were in trouble to start off, and now they will have a 4-3 lead.
I don't know, she was trying there.
Va, ven. Seguimos. ¿Este lado? Sí, ¿no? Va, tú muy bien. A ver si pillo yo un poco más este lado. Que este lado ahora va a ser...
Yeah, so
a ver si...
the momentum really with Spain now.
No, 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 no. Porque al final por donde empezamos y por donde no acabamos yendo.
Ya.
Al final siempre hay que cambiar.
And they lead 4-3 as we go into the sixth end.
It's still such a tight game, and we're having a lot of tight games today. Normally in the mixed doubles, it quite easily happens that someone scores 4 or 5 and we see quite big numbers, but both teams just being able to limit their opposition to scoring 2s and 1s. See if Norway can generate a bigger score here.
Solo fuerza.
Iranzu really found her draw weight in the fifth end.
¿Dónde está?
Sí,
Ah. Wow. Wow.
sí.
No, no. Wow. Wow. Wow.
Cae.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
So
No, no.
this one
Ay,
just does enough to sit top of the tee line.
Nydelig satt.
What can Norway do to try and get themselves back on track?
Bra vi.
Well, they're not far away from track, really,
Alle kan godt kjøle.
but
Bra vi. Vel, ja.
they need to get their draws in the right position here. Well, previous end, well, it was just a couple of short ones. Magnus made a really great double, but just got a bit unlucky.
Yeah, you gotta think Magnus has made his final draw around rather as catching the guard.
Yeah, that was really close, and he was also really close with his second draw, so just a couple of more inches on the right side. But Spain has done a really good job of giving Norway tricky shots.
Again,
están
Sergio
fuera.
Vet's right on top of the hog line, but does get the green light.
Va alta.
Yeah,
Pues barre porque si
of
no
course
tengo
you're
la
allowed to
cesta.
be close,
Barre, barre. Es que
but
tengo
there's
la
always a risk.
Estás esperando, ¿eh?
And that is not a good shot.
Línea,
No,
¿no?
behind the tee line is not where you want to be when you're playing mixed doubles curling.
Mucho.
un poco.
Skal han ned på den røde?
I think it's 2.
Ja.
No, she thinks they're lying to second and third shot. That's why Magnus wants to go down to the red one.
Ja. Farta.
8.
Wow.
8.
Wow.
7-8. Og snart gå. Ja, og gå opp.
Wow.
So they're just going to ignore that top yellow. I think it might have just come right in on top of the top yellow and maybe nudged it back.
Yep, yeah, that would have been. That probably would have been a really good call.
Sorry.
Just chipping off it. They were so close to making what they wanted to make really perfect. But now there's a lot of room for Spain.
Si tiene algo que aportar,
Yeah, you're probably
sí.
still going to, or would have left it the same kind of pocket. Yeah. I think if Spain can weld one in, but are they taking a look at the guard with this one?
Yeah, I think they're looking at running down the guard, but they have a really big pocket to draw on.
Si vas un poco fuerte, avísame. Podemos hacer hit, o sea, roll.
So now they're going to roll in off the yellow instead.
Podemos hacer así.
I think if you're playing this shot, you just play it back 4-weight, no more.
Wow. Fuerza.
Como antes.
Wow.
¿Va abierta?
Sí, es que estás abriendo la mano.
Nada menos hielo.
Actually rolls the other way.
Nada menos hielo, ¿vale?
Not really getting the rolls where they want them. Just like you said, Kenny, you could just play that with draw weight and made sure that you got a good one in there.
Annen variant er om at vi kan gå der da. Og da blir vi liggende her, sånn da kommer vi på innsida likevel, så det er ikke bra heller.
Yeah, once again, I think you just play the draw right up onto the top of the 4.
Skal vi ta den så de ikke har den inn etterpå? Det er litt kjipt hvis du stopper her da. Så har de den.
Rulla er jævla fin da.
Sånn da.
Slår oss rulle litt.
Ja.
Prøv det da. Det er sånn vant. Halvtre folder.
So if you were in Norway, would you like the hit and roll here, or would you like the draw now as well?
I think you just put the draw into the top of the 4, Sarah. I think just clutter that side of the sheet up.
Yeah, they are playing the hit though. But not touching this. And both teams just really struggle on where to put the broom on the outturn side.
Det er ikke bra. Spiller jo som tåper. Det var det vi snakket om i sted, da. Når vi kommer litt lenger inn der, så er det jo ikke noe køll.
Yeah, there's still a big pocket there, Sarah, just to
Yep.
come down.
Still available.
No hace falta tanto, he tirado muy fuerte también antes,
Final stone for Sergio Vess in this end.
Va otra vez.
Yeah, this one's
Vamos a quitar la roja.
certainly not hanging around, Sarah.
No.
Mira, tanto no estoy abriendo, no me jodas. Tanto no estoy abriendo. Si abre la pieza, él está abriendo también con la de él.
Pero también está dando un poco la mano.
Norway
Pero no tanto, fíjate lo que está viendo la pista.
Well, they are sitting
lo que está
three.
viendo la pista, lo estás viendo, joder.
looks like they could set themselves up to score a bundle.
Yeah, I don't know why he played so much weight at that. You see, he's just pushed his own red out of a second shot. And Norway now sitting 3.
Litt til.
If they could get right round in on top of this yellow that's in behind the centre guard, they'd look really good for maybe picking up a 4.
Ja. Og bare fart. Bare fart. Retninga
Sweeping this for weight now.
So how's this one looking? Just played it safe and played the draw weight.
And it's gonna be hard for Spain to get a good one in. They're just trying damage control here, I would say.
Solo back, eh?
Freezing.
Yeah, I think all you've got is just tap back the stone that's just played by Norway, maybe a foot or so, and just sit in that pocket.
Yeah, it's gotta be really perfect to curl enough to outcount the 2 yellows that are touching the lid, though.
Yeah, these sets, the inside edge is covered.
Yeah. And anything on the outside, Norway's still gonna be sitting at least 2.
So a big shot for Garcia of Spain.
Fuerte.
Can't afford to bounce off this top one. How's the line looking?
I think they're bouncing. And I think Norway has a draw for 5.
Yeah. 4 yellows in the 4 foot. So big opportunity now for Norway to really stretch the lead once again. Great fight back from Spain, but
yeah, they're gonna need to do it all over again, and this time in only 2 ends.
final stone of this 6th end. Norway with a free draw to 4 for 5 stones.
That goes by the red, and it's a score of 5.
Yeah, big turnaround here in N6.
They were a bit unlucky in the 5th end, but they got it all back in the 6th. And 8 for lead for Norway. And this is a team that I believe will start playing defensively and get rid of the guards once they have the opportunity. Coach bench.
Yeah, there we see Spain coach there on the left, Rory White.
Of course, he's not Spanish, is he?
No, he's quite local to Dumfries.
And Ole Ingvaldsen, very well known Norwegian coach. So how is Spain gonna get back from this?
I think the Bulls just need to tighten up their the takeout play. And, it's just that's probably where their weakness lies at the moment. They're just not controlled their bumps and moving things around back of tee. The draw weights have been pretty good. That's a bad start for Norway.
Mer nøytral for hverandre. Det er egentlig jævlig bra satt. Det er bare
Splitting the centre guard open.
litt mer fyr i kampen, da. Det var det samme forrige gang, jeg vet det. Jeg vet det.
It's
Jeg er nok i nærheten.
good starting point for Spain. They now have a corner and a sort of semi-corner, so draw around here, maybe show half of both the reds.
Wow, wow. Línea ahora bien. ¿no?
Probably not the way he was meant to do it.
Fuerza ha sido, línea no ha sido.
Yeah, I think he
Still
hit the
got that
jack.
one in.
I think he hit the jackpot with that one.
Yeah,
Normal, pero con
and
esta
got the
no
corner
bien,
guard out a bit wider too.
Yeah, this is exactly what Spain wanted, especially after giving up 5 in the 6th end.
And this is maybe where I'm a bit surprised, because Norway, they're allowed to hit now. They're 4 points up. They could just start getting rid of stuff right now. 64% for Magnus Nedregotten. Started off really well and then had a couple of tough ends. But great 6th one. Playing the freeze now.
Can't really afford to bump in behind.
No. No, and this is where you're wondering, is it just because it's mixed doubles that teams don't play defensively, or is there another reason?
Más suave que
Because
la de
it's still
antes del
8-4
hack.
on the board.
I think it's the reason is you only have 6 stones in play in every end.
Puntúa suya, aquí tampoco. Yo
You don't
haría
have the
esto.
opportunity
Por
to
cambiar un poco,
peel
pero
the
si
guards
quieres
off.
draw.
Prefiero, si voy un poco
No, but
larga,
still
la
losing
tengo.
2. You're 2 up with Hammer in the final
Si
end.
quieres draw
It's,
aquí,
it's pretty
Sí, pero
good.
tira draw, take up, pero tira.
Sip. 52% for Iranzo Garcia.
¿Dónde está?
She's looking to roll in off the yellow
Sip, sip,
to have a line of stones behind the guard.
sip. Whoa, whoa.
This one's looking really nice.
Yes. Nice weight control there. It's not playing it too heavy. Or
Mira,
actually not even
mira,
removing
mira,
the yellow from play.
Jeg får 2 takes hvis jeg gjør den. Kan få alle.
Yeah, I think you just, if you're Norway, you just need to right in on top of the.
Enten så gjør vi
Right,
den
just
her,
played.
eller så må vi gjøre
Ellers så
frisen her.
slår du her. Enten så drar du, eller så slår du den. og ruller.
Really can't afford to come to the back red at all. You just got to get right in. Even if you're top of the forefoot.
Dra.
Dra.
Litt mindre, da. Ikke så mye.
So what can Norway and Magnus do?
Må gå.
Just looking for a perfect corner freeze.
Bare fart! Må køle!
Bare linje.
Må køle!
Siv.
Må køle!
That will mean it needs to curl, but this is
Dumfries.
where it starts to break. Is it enough though?
Wow, 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 wow.
And just doesn't curl enough.
Vi må følge opp på.
That may have been their opportunity to get one, a real saver in there.
Pelín más suave que antes. ¿Qué?
Como ahora.
Un pelín más suave no pasa nada. Un pelín más suave está bien.
So Iranzo is just playing the same kind of weight again to roll in. She could maybe get the yellow to push the back red in on the same line as well. And then the 2 yellows would be open.
Set, set todo. Fuerte. Fuerte línea. ¡Fuerte!
Doesn't look like she really needs to sweep this for line. Looks more like it needs to curl.
Yeah, if you lock it right on top, it's not too bad either, though. Like that. No, we've got to be really cautious now.
Ja, men da må du tappe den dårligere enn den hvis jeg skal ha noe forsett. Det litt kjipt å ta.
Jeg enig i det. Samme egentlig, bare litt.
Coming down on top of this, really important to have the perfect weight. They can't really be heavy and chip off the reds.
Touch mindre!
Once again, a pressure draw for Magnus.
Samme fart!
Ja, fart! Bare fart! Bare fart!
All about the weight.
Bare fart! Bare fart!
Yeah, Kristen's calling just for weight, and Magnus is working this all he has. And they will come up short.
Yeah, a bit of a mistake there. I think he was just a little nervous about coming a little bit too heavy and bouncing off the red and leaving an easy double.
Ransu has had a couple of similar shots this end. She's had good weight control.
Yeah, this is what we've seen, where we've seen a couple of mistakes from Spain during the game. And this one again sitting a little high.
I think it takes a while for the curl to get going there. It's just when they're a bit closer to the centre line, the stones seem to really go, and then it's a bit straighter just outside. They are still lying too, but that was a chance to sit 4.
Det ikke noe krise å stå på her og lage dem to, eller?
Det eneste som krise er å stå på der. Å stå på der fint, så kan vi koste resten, ikke sant? Vi skal dit da.
For Norway now, I think they need to just make sure they don't give up any more than 2.
It's exactly what they were saying. Play the draw somewhere. Yeah, they could guard, but they were talking about playing the draw to the 8-foot, sweeping it down and leave Spain only sitting 1. But if you're ever too deep or don't have the right line, you're going to give them a shot for 3, so giving up a deuce is definitely not the end of the world here.
Ser ut som det litt dovt satt eventuelt. Vi gjerne gå linje.
Hjelp!
Jeg går nærmest.
So how's the line looking? It's pretty good actually.
I think they're very good for line, but they are also deep.
Yeah, it's going to make it easy for Spain to just come down and sit on top of this.
Yeah, it's actually going to help them with this draw.
Yeah, really needed to be short with that one.
So after losing a big 5, Spain now have a chance to score 3 right back.
Yeah, I don't expect this one to be too far away.
Línea bien. Fuerza.
So final stone of the 7th end.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh, have a look.
Yeah, this one's breaking now, and it looks pretty good.
Whoa, whoa.
Looks very good. Oh, but they made the mistake of pushing the back red out. So after playing a really good draw, it's still gonna be only 2.
Era poco hielo.
Good end by Spain though, closing in on Norway. Now 8-6, Norway with the last stone advantage in the 8th and final end.
Me pasa por me pasa el out y no tiro yo. Me pasa el out en el himno. Que iba buena, pero
Yeah, sort of mistake from Spain there. A real good chance to get within 1. So while stones are being placed, I'll just let you know what's going on elsewhere. Hungary leading Denmark 7-4
Yeah, it's there.
after 7 ends. Wales 8-4 to the good after 7 over Italy. England trail Russia by 1 also after 7 ends. And Belarus also trailing Korea by 1 after 7 ends.
Spain now need to steal 2, and they have changed their playing order for the final end. Or of course not, because Iranzo was playing the middle before. That's just me being lost, sorry.
Yeah, nice start though.
Yeah.
Litt ut inn. Kommer sikkert
Norway
mye.
now looking to come around the centre.
Ja, vent litt. Er nære nå. Hvor er vi? Linja, grei. Kan køle. Wow, 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 wow. Helt vekk.
It's a good draw. Gets a good line.
Yeah, it's a nice line between the yellow and the red.
Spain looking for another freeze on top of this.
5, 6, un poco más que eso.
Wow, no línea.
Sí,
Está abierta.
5, 6,
Estamos aquí.
5, 6, sí, un
Estamos
poco
aquí,
más.
no.
Gets a good line as well. Would maybe have liked it a bit shorter. Kept the backing.
Hva fart er det?
So they're electing to play the peel weight with this one.
Spill vant.
I think that's what they're doing. They're trying to catch around quarter stone.
They did just say board though.
Okay.
So just removing the back red and keeping the 3 yellows around, I believe.
Yeah, it's just control weight. Yeah, nicely played by Magnus.
15 sikkert.
That red stone is really stuck in there.
Yep. Spain gonna come around and freeze on the other side. They really need to make sure they have a couple of stones in there that Norway can't remove, and then they also need to worry about getting them shot.
Whoa. No línea. No línea, ¿eh? Set.
Es corta.
Fuerte.
So I really need to go for line with this one. And it's pulled up short.
Que por este lado.
Ya.
Oh, and
Ahora
really
me
short
entiendes
too.
que
So Norway just looking at the guards. Can they peel the guards off and keep things open? That's it's a good call.
Yeah, it's very difficult to score 2 without guards, or to steal 2 without guards.
Maybe just playing it safe, and they're going to throw a guard themselves. Spain needing to move a few stones before they can get into a scoring position.
Retninga er fin. Gjerne køle litt. Kom nå. Wow. Ja. Wow. Oh.
Yeah, just covering that yellow in the 8 foot. I think all you can do now if your Spain is come around to this back yellow and play the freeze.
Yeah, try and draw for shot stone round here, and then, well, they also need space for 2.
Oh, no línea, no línea. Oh, oh, oh. No, 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 no.
Fuerza.
No, solo fuerza, sí, fuerza, sí.
So it's all about the line. Line's looking really nice now. And that's a great shot from Ratsu Garcia.
Es que no hay hueco para mí. Ese es el problema. Es que no tengo hueco.
Remember Spain needing to score 2 though. So Norway could go right in on top of this.
Yeah, where do you put your second one if you're Spain?
Meris. Garden er alternativet. Meris.
Norway really could close the game out with this stone from Magnus. Have they got past the guards? They have. How's the weight? And it's pretty nice there though, Sarah.
It's really hard to see where Spain is going to fit another red one into the 1 foot.
Yo creo que esa también se va por allí.
Sí, claro que no.
Y esta, la única opción sería así abrir las dos. Pero no creo que la veas.
La única opción es... No, con esa no la doy.
Con esta.
Con la roja, que venga aquí y haga esto.
Con esta tiene que ser.
Sí. Le tiene que dar aquí
Y que
No,
haga
tiene que dar
esto.
ahí y que no, sin tocar esa roja, que se abran
No,
las
tiene que
dos.
tocar la roja, si no, no puntúa. Claro, si no hace esto tiene que quitar esa porque si no, no puntúa esa.
So Spain have called for the timeout.
The race because it's kind of the only thing we have.
I think you're probably right if you raise.
But we have to get rid of this one and this one.
Very white.
Oh, you need to
Should
get
be
rid of
like, because it's short. Yeah, it's full force.
No, like, I think it's the only thing we can do.
You could almost try as well. If it happens, if it comes wide, if you catch that yellow 6 onto the yellow,
Yeah, that's
if it rolls across onto the red.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like hitting here.
Yep, I think that's probably.
But that's the only
You've
thing.
got a few options as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll try.
You can try it.
yeah. We haven't got many options.
No, no, it's pretty tough to get in there. So
Yeah,
yeah, give it a shot.
yeah, we'll try.
So the double on the yellows, catch the second one quite thin to roll then on top of the red and spin out.
Ahí,
Leave them sitting two.
¿dónde?
Yeah, but they've got to drive that red that's on the centre line back onto that yellow.
Lo intento, pero es que casi ni se ve.
Yeah, it's certainly there though.
Menos.
Yeah, just looking to catch this one on the high side. Oh, how's this one looking?
Alonso is up to sweep, but
It's not far away
no.
and just misses it. And I'm sure the handshake will be offered. Norway not needing to play their last. And there we see it. Final score on this one
One red.
Good game.
has been just a
Yeah, I think it's X.
yeah. It's not a score of 1. It's just an incomplete end. So 8-6. Norway the winners in that one. So Norway getting off their campaign with a win.
Que solo es una, Irán. Que solo es una. No, y las demás no las han dejado.
Next up for Norway is the USA tomorrow afternoon. So you see score of 5 in the 6th end. Really a turning point in this game. Sarah. So the game between Spain and Norway. And first end here, and Norway with a chance to maybe score 3, but just hitting on the nose, and they take a lead of 2 points into the second end. And skip for Iratzu Garcia and Spain, just trying to play a tap on the Redstone. Didn't curl enough.
Si llego a ver qué pasa más justa.
And Norway 3-0. Final stone of the third end. And a great triple takeout this time. Doesn't hang the shooter. Spain back in the game at 3-2. Norway looking to try and score a single point in the fourth. This one just didn't call enough. And the game was tied at the break. Fifth end. And a few problems with the touch-sensitive handle. So they were looking for a tap back for 2, possible 3. This one just didn't call enough. And Spain took the lead for the first time, 4-3. Sixth end. And some great play from Norway. And this left Christine Galslin to draw the 4-foot for 5 and an 8-4 lead into the 7th. And Sergio Vez trying to draw for 3, just nudged the red on the tee line back and only picked up 2. 8th end, Norway getting control of the top of the 4-foot. Sergio Vez trying to play the circus shot, wasn't enough though, and Norway were eventual winners, 8-6. So, first game for us on here on the webcast tomorrow is Czech Republic against Slovenia, sorry. And that's at 2:30 local time. Also covering games between Brazil and Scotland and Korea and Hungary later in the day. So we're about to hear from winning team Norway.
So how did you enjoy your start?
I was quite nervous in the beginning, I think, and our draws were a little too long all the way actually, and we had some chances and didn't really bring it home.
So it was an exciting game. What made you come out on top?
Well, we've played a couple of years and we have some experience, and we did a couple of good shots at the end of the game. So that's, the end where we get 5, that's the one end where we make it.
And how are you going to improve on last year's 4th place?
Get 3rd or 2nd or 1st, I guess, and yeah, try to communicate a little better, I think. And this year we have discussed have the same lineup the whole week, So Kristen will play first stone and the last stone, and I'll play stone number 2, 3, and 4 all the time. So hopefully that'll do it.
What's communicating a bit better? What is it you're gonna do?
We're gonna, keep it cool.
Support each other,
Support
even
each
when
other, yeah.
it's not going that good.
Yeah. It's all about, have a little, ice in our stomachs. Wait for it to just go the right way. Believe in ourselves and just, do all the good stuff.
Good luck and enjoy.
Thank you.